Welcome, Transformers fans. My name is Composite EnerJoe, and today I'm going to bring you my review of the Transformers RID Combiner Force Crash Combiners, Drag Strip and Wild Break. And here they are in their vehicle modes. And this will be what the second Crash Combiner that I own. As the second one I have, the first one being the what were they? It was Shock Drive and Warnado, and they combined to form Shocknado. So these two, when they combine, they form Dragbreak, Drag Strip, and what's the name of it? Wild Break. And I'm gonna tell you right now, my one complaint with this particular set, this particular pair, is look at them closely. You have this little yellow sports car, which is Drag Strip, and then you have this drag racer, which is Wild Break. What's wrong with this scenario for those of you out there who are familiar with Transformers? If you guess that drag strip should be the drag racer car, I agree. I find this to be the only thing that's kind of weird in this pairing, is that he should be this character, not this. But once again, it's a very minor thing. This because I'm so used to drag strip being a drag racer type race car, that it's weird seeing a drag strip as not being that, since he's always been pictured as such until this particular moment. So yeah, in terms of the vehicle modes, they're pretty nice. One looks a little bit better than the other. I'd say it's this one, since you can't see the little dongle, the connector port is not as obvious on this one than on this one, which is at the very front of the vehicle. And they both roll rather nicely. They're crashing into each other. All right. So there you go. They roll actually quite nicely, and besides their combined mode, like the Shocknado pairing, they also have their own individual robot modes, albeit they're nothing too special. For a drag strip here, you just lift them up, fold this down, pop up the head, and then extend out the arms. And then we have drag strip in his robot mode. Very simple, like nothing special, that's it. For Wild Break here, it's the same. Stand them up, fold out the head, pull out arms, and the one extra step is that you fold these pieces forward to form the feet. And this is Wild Break. And that's it. That's it for their transformations. Now, in terms of articulation, what articulation? All they have is just in and out at the arms. And if you really want to, up and down at his feet. And that's it. Really nothing else. These guys are super simple. So let's get on with the whole Crash Combiner thing, which is the whole point of this figure. But I think, as I've said before with the other Crash Combiner, it is neat that they did bother to give them actual individual robot modes, since they didn't really have to. Since you're not really going to be having them be in their standard robot modes. But it is nice that they have them there. It's a nice little detail. So for Crash Combining, all you got to do is just connect them like so. And this is actually always pretty cool, and I will commend the Crash Combiner thing. This is really neat. Just plug them in, and then let go. And you actually have to do a little bit more transfiguration here. You have to pull apart the feet, the legs, pull out. I said pull, there we go, pull out the feet, pull out the feet, and then you take these shoulders and point them up. This is the official way of doing it. If you want, you could leave them like that to have a nice even shoulders, and it still doesn't look half bad. I prefer being in the official way like this, since it kind of makes them stand out a bit. And there we have Dragbreak. Let me take a look at this head sculpt. Really nice. Really, overall, these are really nice looking designs. Like I said, the biggest downside to these sort of Crash Combiner things is the lack of articulation. These things don't move. This one's articulation is just this. He has an elbow on each one, and you can kind of do this, but that's for transformation purposes. So yeah, these guys have no articulation. Oh, and if you really want to, he's got a little bit of, he can do this with his legs and that with his foot. If you're really desperate for articulation. But that's it. You have them in there. And there we go. That's pretty much it. In terms of sizes, each individual character is about, I'd say, Legion class, if anything, a little bit bigger than Legion class, and they combine together to be around Deluxe class size. And that's actually about his price range. He's roughly Deluxe class price, depending on where you look at him. Just like his buddy, Sharknado. And yeah, that's really nothing else. In terms of repaints, I don't think he has any, as far as I'm aware of. However, I think these two might have repaints in the Menasor set. I forgot to check the Menasor set to see if there were repaints, but it looks like that these were repainted as part of the Stunticons. I even think that both Dragstrip and Wildbreak, funny enough, are in the Menasor set as different molds. So I take it back. These guys actually, the versions in front of me, that's what's getting me confused. The versions in front of me are not repainted in any way. As far as I know, as of right now, it's only these two versions. And that's about it. In terms of mechanism, is there like another one? No, as far as I know, that's it. Unlike Sharknado, who was a repaint of the, what were they called? It was Sky Sledge and Storm Hammer. I think that's what they were called. They combined to form Sky Hammer. But now I'm talking about other figures. In terms of Dragbreak here, that's it. No repaints or anything. But but as part of the Menasor Combiner set, these two characters are in there as separate molds, as different molds. But yeah. So how do I feel about this Crash Combiner? About the same as the other one. He's a little bit more fun than you would expect, but there really is nothing to him. The coolest feature about him is this whole Crash combining gimmick. Oh, also, if you have the other Crash Combiners, they are also compatible. So you can have you can actually mix and match these Crash Combiners. So you have like the head of another one. Like, let's say, example, Sharknado, you can get Sharknado's upper half and then combine it with Dragstrip down here, and you can have, like, I don't know, Shock Strip. And then you can have over here, let's say you have the legs of Sharknado, so Warnado's legs, I believe. Then you can have, what would that make? Wild Nado. And any other amalgamation thereof. But yeah, that's it. There really is nothing to it. I find these guys look cool. And nothing else, because you can't really move them. And their transformation, which is their only gimmick. So I would say the figures I'll say the combined mode looks really nice. The individual robot modes are very lacking, but it's like it feels like they made them sort of as a second thought. It's one of those, they didn't have to make them, but they did anyway. So it's just a nice little consolation that each individual one has their own actual robot mode. It's nice that they bothered to do that. But yeah, there really is nothing else. Overall, he's okay. I think he's great he's a nice little gift. He's a great gift for like little kids sort of getting into Transformers. Like the transformations are like stupidly easy. And the Crash combining gimmick, I find very neat, and the whole reason to get them. And you can also mix and match them if you have the other ones. And that's pretty much it. There really is nothing else. I am trying to add more stuff to this figure, but there really isn't. He's super simple, looks nice, and there's play value and sort of combination, and just repeatedly doing the repeatedly Crash combining them together. It is actually quite fun doing that, but that's pretty much it. So this has been my review of the Transformers RID Combiner Force Crash Combiner Dragstrip, with the individual parts being Dragbreak, my bad. Crash Combiner Dragbreak, with the individual parts being Wildbreak on top and Dragstrip on the bottom. This is Composite EnerJoe signing off. Peace out.